Chapter 3: The Architecture of Feeling. Part 1: The Body as an Oracle. What if your emotions were not obstacles, but instructions? In a world that encourages suppression, numbing, and distraction, the backward-born are often overwhelmed by their emotional depth. But this is not a flaw, it is a technology. Your body is not merely physical. It is an instrument of perception, tuned to feel subtle energies, tuned to pick up frequencies others miss. You do not feel too much. You feel exactly what's there. You feel what's been hidden, what's been ignored, what's been left unspoken. When you walk into a room and your stomach knots, that is not paranoia, it is awareness. When you grieve without knowing why, you are attuning to an emotional residue that others have walked past. Your body knows. Your feelings are not irrational, they are relational, they're not personal, they are collective. You were born with this emotional sensitivity, not to suffer from it, but to work with it. Not to carry others' weight indefinitely, but to sense what needs to be acknowledged. Part 2: Feeling as Intelligence. Western culture praises rationality and mistrusts emotion. Feeling is seen as soft, chaotic, immature, but ancient systems have long known that emotion is its own form of intelligence. In Chinese medicine, each organ has its own emotional function. In Sufi mysticism, the heart is the center of spiritual perception. To feel is to know something that thought cannot reach. Anger reveals a boundary. Grief reveals attachment. Joy reveals alignment. Shame reveals disconnection. Your emotions are not just reactions, they are messengers, and when you ignore them, they don't disappear, they embed, they twist, they hide in the body until they are forced to scream. But when you listen, when you really listen, they guide you. You are not meant to master your feelings, you are meant to collaborate with them. The backward-born have a unique sensitivity because they are emotional architects. They are not just here to feel for themselves. They are here to build new emotional blueprints for families, for communities, for futures. Part 3: The Architecture Within. Your inner world has structure. It is not a random chaos of moods. It is a landscape with pattern, symmetry, and rhythm. Every repeated emotional state you experience has its own architecture. Think of the spiral of shame that begins in your chest and rises into your face. The cavern of sadness that pools behind your eyes. The expanding field of joy that fills your ribs. These are not metaphors, they are felt realities. When you start mapping your emotional terrain, you begin to see its architecture, and you begin to make choices not to avoid feeling, but to design with it. Design your days around coherence. Design your relationships around resonance. Design your inner life like a sacred space. What patterns have you built unintentionally? What emotional layouts have you inherited? The backward-born are here to re-architect those blueprints. You are here to pull down the walls built by silence. You are here to open new windows where stagnation has lived. You are here to plant gardens where others cemented over the soil. Part 4: Emotional Time Travel. Feelings are not bound to the present. Your body remembers past wounds. It also anticipates future ones. Sometimes the grief you feel is from a version of you that hasn't arrived yet. Sometimes the joy is a transmission from who you are becoming. This is why feelings can be so confusing. They collapse time. They pull forward and backward. They don't follow linear rules. And that's a gift. To feel deeply is to travel emotionally across timelines. You can grieve for a world not yet born. You can love a person not yet met. You can remember a feeling from a life not consciously recalled. When you realize this, you stop trying to manage emotion and begin to witness it like weather. You stop fearing it. You start listening to it. You learn its patterns, its seasons. You might even begin to thank it. Part 5: Designing an Emotional Ecosystem. You are not just an individual, you are a field, a space where energies intersect. Imagine if your emotional life were an ecosystem. What species live there? Which ones dominate? Which ones are endangered? What needs more sun? more shade, more rain. Instead of forcing positivity or pretending resilience, the backward-born are here to create honest ecosystems, ones that include rage and forgiveness, ones that hold grief and hope in the same soil. You are not here to be constantly calm. You are here to be emotionally integrated. This means feeling the full spectrum without becoming consumed. This means building emotional resilience not through denial, but through design. You are the gardener, you are the architect, you decide what thrives.